what's going on with ICE, the immigration raids? Is it as bad as it seems? It just seems absolutely horrific. And here's where our algorithms, we need to sort through this, because if you go over to this news site, it's like, you have MS-13 gang members who are killing people here and feeding drugs to our kids. They're being arrested and deported, and it's like, all right, well, maybe that's good. You flip the channel and there's like kids in zip ties being tied up and actual like citizens being arrested, and like, all right, I guess you're a citizen, but you had brown skin and had an accent, so we weren't sure. It's like, oh my word, what year is this? Is it all of the above? I mean, what's your thought on the ICE raids?
I think the situation when it comes to immigration in America is kind of like just a small part of the disorder in our whole system altogether, right?
Okay.
Nobody wants to actually put the legislation out there to have comprehensive reform. So we have this piecemeal nothingness that eventually hurts people. And so to answer your question straightforward, this to me is as bad as it seems. You have the Trump administration, from what I can tell, who's going about this in a kind of violent showmanship.
Yes.
And that they want to look tough. They want to look like cowboys. But at the same time, you're dealing with real people, real children, real, folks with families. I don't know how we root that on. And here's my biggest thing. They told us that immigration enforcement was about order. Mm-hmm. And I agree. Biden did a terrible job. There was no order. Mm-hmm. But then they go about the enforcement in the most disorderly manner.
Yeah.
That is not acceptable. I'm almost certain that when Obama deported far more people than Trump, that it wasn't all cute, right? I'm sure that there were some stories that weren't being shown that were ugly. I don't think anybody was going about it in this, just dangerous. Let's make a show out of it. Let's make it, let's show our power and pull people from any and everywhere, and then not really even do our homework on who we're so sometimes it's American citizens, sometimes it's kids. These are verifiable stories, and it's just unacceptable. There's a much, much better way and responsible way to go about it. And they haven't done that. So I think they deserve all the criticism they're getting on that, which is, again, not a compliment. This is our system. It's not a compliment to Biden, because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to either. So
I've heard that before. And here in this day and age, unless I do a lot of deep dive of my own research, I don't know what to trust. But I heard that Obama deported a lot more people than Trump has so far. That's true.
During the Obama administration, a lot, and you can look it up, a lot of immigration advocates were calling him the deporter in chief.
Wow.
I mean, he did. And here's the thing. It wasn't being covered the same way. Right. But at the same time, he wasn't, from what we can tell, he was not going about it in such a harsh way as Trump was, right? He was getting more people, but not trying to be showy with it and just kind of running in like a bull in a china shop all around the country.